Thunder fans, Travis Lennox here, joined by Thunder manager Shawn Chacon. Post-game after the big win today, take the series over the Mahoney Valley Scrappers 9-2 for series win. Nice bounce back after a tough one last night. Shawn, thanks for hopping on here on a bus ride back home. Trenton here after the win. How are you doing tonight?
What's up, Trav? How are you, man?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Good night
I'm
tonight.
good, bro. Yeah. We're on a bus headed out of Niles, Ohio. I won't be sad not having to come back to this place for a while, but no offense to anybody out here. It's just nothing out here. Anyway, good baseball overall. Won the series. Nice win the first night. Tough loss last night. And honestly, a really, really encouraging bounce back night to night. Led by pitching, Xavier Levant. So,
yeah,
there it is.
Get to it. Just want to start quickly back to last talk Friday night, then Saturday back at home. You guys cross-cutters. It's a tough one, still a high-scoring affair, 10-7. So, the offense still produced some runs and hits, just lost the game, 6 runs, 7th inning up there. Just thoughts in that game, and then you had to head to Mahoney Valley, to Ohio, to play Scrappers 2 o'clock next day. It's kind of that game, and then on the bus ride.
Yeah, man, that was tough. Going back to that game Saturday, we didn't come out of that feeling terrible. I guess, a big thing hurt us, but I think more importantly, our offense still felt like it was hot. So I think I mentioned that to you afterwards. Losses are tough, but when your team's hitting and you know that one inning got away from you or whatever, and those things can be addressed, and you still have some positivity and you're confident going into the next game. So other than the 5 a.m. arrival at the hotel in Niles, Ohio, and the 2 o'clock game, everything went, as I had expected.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's great. Like I said, the offense was hot in that game. Stayed hot these last 7 games. I'll say it now. Beginning here, last 7 games, 5 of these 7 have been wins. 68 runs scored, 97 hits. Extremely impressive. It's awesome
That's
shots
crazy.
there. I mean, average of 9.7 runs, 13.9 hits. Just wild. What you guys been doing?
Oh, man. It's insane, bro. Because we see it, and, we're looking up at the scoreboard, and by the 3rd inning, we have 8 hits, and when you do that, even if you're not scoring a ton of runs, it's just so promising, and the players play more relaxed, the pitchers can relax a little bit more, and, you can, actually, function without a lot of stress. Whereas if your team's not hitting and you're struggling to score runs, that puts a lot of pressure on pitchers, defense. I mean, just changes the whole dynamic. So these guys are banging, man. I mean, and they're bunting, they're getting the ball the other way. Not a lot of home runs, we're stringing together 12, 13, 14 hit games, and scoring 7, 8, 9 runs, which, is more realistic than, these double-digit runs scoring 20 to whatever, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
It's just nice to see. They're scrapping at the plate, and it's nice to see.
Yeah, it's been at least 9 hits in every game and at least 7 runs in all these 70s games. Go to Sunday afternoon. Got there, got a 10-8 win, 14 hits in that game. I scored run in the first, 4-run spot in the second, run in the third. I had Cutter Holtz on the mound, threw 5 innings, 4 runs for him. Grinded out there, 112 pitches, which you saw from Connor battling again.
Connor that day, he didn't have his ace up. And again, I'll preface it by saying our bus arrived at the hotel at 5 a.m. We didn't get to bed at 5 a.m. Our bus pulled up to the Fairfield Inn, Niles, Ohio at 5 a.m.
That's wild.
And it is wild because the only option was to, not have batting practice, show up a little bit later. So, 12 noon was the bus for a 2 o'clock game. So think about it. Get in at 5. I know I didn't fall asleep till like 7 or 8. And even then, it wasn't even a good sleep, because you're afraid to not wake up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all that being said, Connor came out, he struggled, but he grinded and he showed a lot of grit. And, some big plays when he needed them. Defense was great. I think he had like 9 walks, but, that didn't really stand out, though, to be honest, because he was grinding. And, we were getting big outs when we needed them. So it was a lot of traffic that day. But, again, the offense did the opposite. They were not grinding. They stayed hot. Connor kept the game where it was, and that's what happened that game.
Yeah, how about Tyler Collins and Justin Tucker, day off. Collins center field, 2 for 5 at home run in the game, 4 RBIs.
Yeah, I got that little magic working on. TC had been throwing a lot of promise in batting practice, and the dude is just extremely athletic, and I'll say, without question, he's the most athletic player we have on this team. And he has an affiliated background, so you start to see some of his tools come out now that he's playing more. And tell you what, I think he was frustrated with playing time before, and that game, hitting that home run, I think was a big moment for him, and probably a lot of angst and frustration off his chest.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's awesome. And we got John Schroeder at 3 hits in that game, run scored as well. A couple other guys, 2 hits as well. Again, offense doing a great job.
Yeah. John Schroeder, huh?
Yeah, man. Only 3 hits today. Don't have the full stats, but that's only 3 hits today. And great series.
It is a great series, and it's funny because I talked about him last time we spoke, just saying how he's the most unlucky best hitter I've seen in this league, and finally the hits were there for him. But he still hit other balls hard that got caught that you just want to see him succeed so bad. But he had an amazing series. Stepped up. He caught a couple games this week. He's throwing guys out at the plate. And then the other guys are all contributing.
Yeah.
Everybody had a hit. I think only one didn't have a hit was today with Sheffield, I think.
And
I'm not sure.
And then Sunday, the first game, just Connor did it. He bounced back. Everyone else had a hit Sunday's game, but most games everyone's having a hit.
Most of the games are. So it's hard to be that one guy that doesn't. But Connor was tired, got him a day off yesterday.
Yeah.
He admittedly said his legs were, and then that's understandable. He's played so many games at short, done so many things for top of the order. Lead off, getting 5 at bats a game sometimes. So, he's able to bounce back today and do some more things. So it was nice to see.
Yeah, just want to ask you quickly, finish up about the first game, Bedford relief, then Parks again on the scoreless outing, continues dominance at the pen. Then JJ get back to him, 2 innings, grinding out. Got you guys W.
Yeah, there was a little miscommunication with the bullpen on that day. So Eddie came in and cleaned up, and then one of the relievers we want to go to normally wasn't feeling too hot, so we had to switch up for JJ in the 8th and 9th, and he scuffled a little bit. The umpire strike zone was super tight. Not saying it was bad; it was actually good, but from what we're used to, this guy was really tight. So our pitcher struggled those first 2 games, I think, in adjusting to the strike zone of the umpires, which led to walks, led to base runners, and basically leading us to narrowly escape that game with the win. Gotcha.
Yeah, to move it on to last night, 8-7 walk-off loss, but notes I have on here, ask you about, like I said, you already mentioned Marinac giving Connor a day off, but it was probably his first one, I believe, right? Just playing every day.
Yeah.
And then also Donovan Cash off the roster, looks like. And word on him.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's some things happened with him where you can't do, on how to put this in the most respectful way to him possible, but he fucked up and he got taken out of the game and didn't like it, and his response was pretty beyond unacceptable. Let's just put it that way. So that's an on-site thing, the cardinal rule in baseball. So without going into detail about it, there's no other choice than to remove him from the roster. immediately. And so, it's unfortunate for him
Yeah, he's having
because
good summer.
he is having a good summer. He was playing every day. And he didn't like him taking out his game, And one thing players have to learn is that whether you agree with it or not, there's a way to handle it like a professional. And then there's a way to handle it the complete opposite. And that's what he did. When we're here as coaches and managers, we're here to help these guys, and they turn around and spit it in your face the first moment of, they disagree with. That's a pretty good sign that you're not going to get very far, no matter how good you are. So the lesson he'll have to learn and deal with moving forward. And that's that.
Gotcha. Moving on to, I want to ask you about Evan Sullivan's health. I know he's hurting before he hit the road. Days off here.
He hurt it the last game at home, I think. He just said his knee was hurting. So saw the trainer, just getting therapy. It's just a hamstring thing that was connected to his knee, so his lower hamstring. But he's feeling 100% better than what he was. He's taking batting press full on, so we're anticipating after tomorrow's off day, he'll be back in the starting lineup.
Gotcha. It's good to hear that. Sticking with the catcher, and you saw Billy Sullivan caught the first game. Then last night he DH in the game, a couple hits. So how about giving him the DH spot?
Yeah, man. Bill stepped up. Bill's been a big part of our success lately too. I just want to say that Billy Sullivan, he was backup catcher basically, and sometimes early on he was the third catcher. So he's been in a tough spot from the beginning. But he's one of the guys that every team needs. Keeps guys together. He's taken his role. He's embraced it. He's accepted it. He hasn't used it, in a negative way to act anything other than, helpful to their team. And then, what happens? Evan Sullivan gets hurt, and he's, immediately he's put into the lineup. With John Schroeder being so valuable in other positions, then we became, the starting catcher in the first two games of the series.
Yeah,
awesome. And he delivered, man. His on base percentage was high. He caught a great games, and again, he's such a good teammate. On and off the field that he deserves that. And so it's just another lesson, I guess, or message to these guys that no matter what your situation is, you just stay prepared, because in baseball you'll get another opportunity.
Gotcha. Yeah, 100%. And there's some more in that game. Obviously, a real tough one. 8-7 getting walked off the 4 runs in the ninth inning, but he had a 6-2 lead, 7-4 lead. Stuck on we saw from Travis Bell starting, and obviously Dozy. He's been great for you guys. He struggled last night. Yeah,
that was a tough one, man. I'll tell you what, because you play such a clean game, in a well played baseball game, and a pitch, obviously going from reliever to starter, he's kind of flourished, in that spot. And, his 5 innings were so good, especially coming off of a narrow win the night before, bullpen being a little down. He stepped up. And then we fast forward to Carbone, who threw 2 solid innings, and he's been money. He came off his outing before that, giving up a couple runs, but like we said that night, that's just baseball. He pitched, there's strikes, just got hit. So these next 2 innings that come from him were so good and so needed. And then you get Malik Abdul in there, who, he was due for a really good outing, and he stepped up again. And, I think we got to finally see a little bit of what he's capable of. So very happy for him in that outing. And then, Dozy Drinkford, the thing that was so tough about that was, he'd had the day off, the night before. Felt really good. He came out and he felt really good. The strike zone, again, how it wasn't bad, it just was really tight. And when these guys are used to not having to throw the ball over the heart of the play. Like, they've been able to have more success. So he was a little erratic, walked a few guys, and then, just one of them things, man. Like, you feel the momentum shifting, and then you feel the momentum shift all the way, and then it's one of those games where you're like, oh no, like, is this really happening?
Yeah.
So it was a tough one. It was a tough night after that game, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I tuned in late and saw the walks and then the booming double there and walk off. So.
Oh man, it was
brutal.
It was a brutal loss, especially with the vibe being so high.
Yeah.
But again,
bounce back tonight.
It's another day, man. And baseball and life are so similar and so exactly the same that's how you look at it. Like, you go to sleep and you wake up and it's time to, write a different story for the day. So we come in with positive feelings. We get out there, we take some good BP. The guys are, feeling good. And I guess that's the one thing about this generation of young men is they can turn the page a lot easier than I remember being able to when I was their age.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So it's a credit to them. Anyway, they came back and they really came out ready to play. They played with energy. They played hard from the get-go. Both sides, we pitched, we caught the ball, and we hit. And, it was just, again, it felt good coming off that loss last night. So I'm proud of them.
Yeah, it's awesome. Say more on Xavier Levet, the 7 innings, just 5 hits, 1 run, 107 pitches, totally grinded.
Yeah, again, that was big time as a start as anybody's had, other than, maybe MT Morrissey's 8-inning outing a couple weeks back. But Levet was under control. He was working with a new delivery, a full lineup that kind of slowed it down, gave him a little bit more tempo, a little better mechanics. And then Bobby Jones worked on. And he looked comfortable tonight. It looked like he was pitching. It looked like there was just a sense of calm to him out there. And, he got into a little bit of a couple jams here and there, gave up a couple, but then break.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think in the last inning, he was strong, I think so. Good to see him bounce back with a clean victory, get the W. But yeah, he definitely set the tone.
Yeah, it's awesome. Touch on the 5-run 5th inning there to break the 1-1 tie. Been a real tight game. He had a string of singles here, knocking runs from Schroeder, ran to break, Willis, knocking in runs.
Yeah, man, it's just that these guys have been doing what they've been doing the last 7 days, like we said. They're scrappy and they're getting hits in the holes, and they're just becoming tough outs rather than, there were times early in the season where they'd give at-bats away. They'd kind of give up on themselves. But I think the grit is really starting to show in his team. And tonight, they, in that 5th inning, they scrapped a couple knocks here and there, hits up the middle, hits here and there, and then you get, red-hot John Schroeder up with guys on base. Like, he's driving them in. Like, he's been automatic this past week.
Yeah. It's awesome. Again,
yes, sir.
9-2 win. Like I said before here, the last 7 games, amazing from the offense, and 5 of those have been W's, 2 series wins, and a split. Love to see it. And you guys get the off day tomorrow. Nice. Enjoy that, relax, and go out to Frederick Thursday for 2 games set versus them, then 2 for State College. At home, finish off the season at home Saturday and Sunday, then you go back on the road to Frederick. So just thoughts going to the off day, and then these final 7 games coming up here.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, dude. It's over pretty much. I mean, obviously we're gonna go out and play hard, but now you start seeing the finish line because it's two games here, our final 2 games at home, and then we're moving out. So it's bittersweet for sure. And I get emotional like the ends of these things. It's never failed every season, even as a pitching coach. Like, when the last days come, like, you become so close to these guys. You live with them for a month and a half, 2 months, every day, every minute. It's emotional roller coaster. So you get real close. So it'll be, awesome to see them all progress. But we're gonna, I'm gonna miss these little sucker for loves.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Yeah, but I look forward to seeing them play. They seem like they're embracing. This is the last of it, so they're going hard.
Yeah, and while I was West Virginia clinched the spot second half, but you guys are right there with Frederick for second place, and you play them 5 more times, so it'll be a good battle.
Yeah, it's
for second place.
we already accepted the fact that West Virginia ran away with it a long time ago. So
yeah,
like I told these guys, it doesn't matter. You're always playing for something. So the team goal is definitely to finish in second place. It sounds cliche, but nobody cares about second place usually, but it's not true. It's just a sense of pride. Yeah. And when you're battling the team that you're, closest to, half a game behind, like that makes it even more exciting. So the cool part is we'll be playing for something these last 3 games.
Yeah, love that. All right, thanks, Shawn, for hopping on here. Good talking with you. Safe travels back home. Enjoy the off day. Good luck out there in Frederick. I'm excited to see you guys back home over the weekend. Fans, everybody. Final couple games there. So, yeah, thanks tonight. Appreciate it.
Brother. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go Thunder.